So Bobby Kennedy today in front of the second committee, the health committee, and significant there that some of the senators are the same between finance and health. And the chair of this committee is Senator Cassidy of Louisiana. He's a doctor. We've talked about this before. Most people think if there's a fourth vote against Kennedy, it is Bill Cassidy. And there's signs today of things Cassidy said that suggested he was a skeptic, and signs today that said he might be coming around. First, though, I want to show you Bobby Kennedy with Bernie Sanders talking about drug company money to give you an idea that today rather, was plenty heated like yesterday. Number 10, please.
I'm going to make America healthier than other countries in the world right now.
Will you guarantee do what every other major country does? It's a simple question.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, no,
and protecting their interests.
Oh, I thought that would, no. I ran for president like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had
receiver of pharmaceutical money
from workers all over this country. Workers,
you were the
not a nickel from corporate PACs.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right, but you have not answered. Last question.
Okay. Now, all three of you, our guests here, Ray, and Mark and Beverly, I want you to watch Bill Cassidy talking to Bobby Kennedy, and then I just want you all to say whatever knowledge you have or body language reading you can do. Where do you think Cassidy is right now? Play number 15, please.
My responsibility is to learn, try and determine if you can be trusted to support the best public health. A worthy movement called MAHA to improve the health of Americans, or to undermine it, always asking for more evidence and never accepting the evidence that is there. I looked at the article from Dr. Mawson, and it seems to have some issues. I'll just put that to the side. And that is why I've been struggling with your nomination. There are issues ultra-processed food, obesity, we are simpatico. We're completely aligned. And as someone who has discussed immunizations with thousands of people, I understand that mothers want reassurance that the vaccine their child is receiving is necessary, safe, and effective. We agree on that point, the two of us, but we've approached it differently. And I think I can say that I've approached it using the preponderance of evidence to reassure, and you've approached using selected evidence to cast doubt. Now, put differently, we're about the same age. Does a 70-year-old man, 71-year-old man who has spent decades criticizing vaccines and who's financially vested in finding fault with vaccines, can he change his attitudes and approach now that he'll have the most important position influencing vaccine policy in the United States?
Beverly, what's your read? Is Cassidy leaning yes or leaning no or already decided?
Well, I think if we look at past nominees, one of the things that's been the biggest push is whether or not X and Twitter and all the MAGA minions, so to speak, are going to be putting pressure on him to actually vote yes for RFK. So I think a lot happens whether or not somebody's going to be here to be in primary down the road. That's what we're seeing behind the scenes. I lean towards what you're going to see with Republican senators. I think Kash Patel is in. It's whether or not they're going to go for either RFK or if they're going to go for Tulsi Gabbard. I think some of them are like, I'm going to throw my hat in for one, but I'm not going to do both. And they're playing a little bit of that game. But I will say on the Bernie Sanders, we went from onesies yesterday to definitely RFK wanting to get at him today. And I actually think he won that debate because the reality is many workers also are part of unions. Unions unions do pressure union workers to give political contributions. So this idea that workers aren't necessarily part of these medical corporations, big pharma, is a farce. And I think he won that debate, especially when Bernie Sanders at the end, he said, well, it's only 1.5 out of, and I forget what the number was total.
Mark, thank you, Beverly. Mark, what's your read of Cassidy? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, sir.
No, I had muted myself because I'm getting over the flu and I was making terrible noises. I think Cassidy was basically saying, please give me a reason for me to vote yes. Like, help me out here. I'm not sure RFK did that, but I think Cassidy's in cycle, and so that might be all the medicine that Cassidy needs.
He is in cycle.
Because
Ray.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Ray.
Beverly is right. There's going to be one sacrificial lamb. I think Mark is right. I think that Cassidy was trying to get his objections on the record before he votes yes.
Okay.
I got to say though,
All right.
the idea that Bernie Sanders is a stooge of a pharmaceutical lobby is that's some good shit.
I